We begin once again in New Orleans, where police said today they are ramping up security now in the aftermath of the New Year's Day terror attack that killed 14 people and wounded dozens more. The city is set to host the Super Bowl and Mardi Gras celebrations in the coming weeks. University Medical Center in New Orleans said today 13 victims remain hospitalized. Investigators revealed today that bomb-making materials were found inside the attacker's home in Houston and at a rental in New Orleans where he was staying. An emotional scene tonight as police escorted the family of one victim, 21-year-old UB Gautreaux, to a memorial in the French Quarter. Mourners there have been leaving flowers, candles, and crosses draped in Mardi Gras beads. And we learned today that President Biden will visit with victims' families in New Orleans Monday. CBS's Omar Villafranca leads us off tonight. Omar, good evening.
Good evening. Bourbon Street is back open, as you can hear behind me. And things are slowly getting back to normal here, but the investigation into why this happened is still underway. CBS News has confirmed that today, investigators searched the Houston home of Shamsuddin Jabbar and the New Orleans Airbnb he was renting before the deadly New Year's terror attack. Sources say bomb-making materials were found at both locations. The U.S. Army veteran sped down Bourbon Street, ramming his truck into a crowd, killing at least 14 revelers, an attack authorities believe was inspired by ISIS. Those stunned by the horror include Jabbar's half-brother, who did not want to show his face.
Maybe he was going through something, that he just didn't tell anyone about.
Federal agencies have now put out a bulletin warning of possible copycat or retaliatory attacks. And today, New Orleans officials launched an investigation on what went wrong with security. A central focus now are on those bollards on Bourbon Street, designed specifically to thwart a vehicle from plowing through. On the morning of the attack, the bollards were down for repairs. New Orleans Police Superintendent Ann Kirkpatrick.
A terrorist is hell-bent on destruction. And if it hadn't been on Bourbon, he was going to go somewhere else.
But Bourbon Street is the heart of the French Quarter, and New Orleans did have a backup plan. These Archer barriers, also meant to stop a speeding vehicle from driving on the sidewalk. Kirkpatrick was asked why those barriers weren't put in place until after the attack.
I didn't know about them, but we have them, and so we have been able now to put them out.
Today, the first funeral. This for 18-year-old Kareem Badawi, who was a freshman at the University of Alabama. On the corner of Canal and Bourbon Street, there are 14 crosses and images honoring those who died. The growing tribute includes a wall where one mourner wrote, "We will never forget. Terror didn't win." The resilience also extends to the dozens who were injured, including Jeremy Sensky. The 51-year-old Pennsylvania resident was in his wheelchair celebrating when the attack happened.
He kept yelling for help, but he wasn't the worst injured. He was 5 feet from the truck. He was watching the shootout from the ground. We're just so grateful he's alive.
Family members tell me that Sensky's recovery will take a long time, but there is some good news. We found out today that he did get a wheelchair donated to him for free with the help of local advocates. There are also several vigils scheduled for this weekend to honor the victims. Major?
Omar Villafranca, thank you very much.